Hello, I'm Ilana Walter, founder of YourStoryYourWay.com. What we do is help others share their stories of the zigzag road to success. I've learned from those who have forged forward against the odds, like the legendary Jim Barry. Oh yes, he's a respected broadcast sports and news anchor who has worked in DC and also in Chicago and Miami for CBS News and earned many, many Emmys. In my conversation with Jim, he says something inside of him is moving him to take big and bold steps and risks to realize his dreams in sports media as well as a singer-songwriter. And he's not done yet. My wish is that by sharing Jim's story and several others, they will ignite a fire in your soul to push your passion to action. Your storytelling process starts with a single conversation. I can hardly wait to help you take this passion to action, whether it's in print or digital, a post, a talk, a book, short story, or video. Don't wait. Let's talk soon. Jim.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome to Your Story Your Way freestyle.
Okay.
Right? Where we just get down and talk about what makes us tick. You have obviously had dreams and you've made them come true. Big, bold dreams.
Truthfully, what happened with me, like most kids, I was a sports fan growing up. But what was interesting is I didn't just watch the game. I watched, for some reason, my mind was attracted to the announcer doing the games because he never seemed to have a bad day. And even though the Cubs were horrible back then.
Absolutely. That was Harry Carey, right?
No, it was actually before Harry Carey. It was Jack Brickhouse.
Oh my goodness.
Jack Brickhouse. And the Cubs would hit home run. Back, back, back. Hey, hey!
But of course, Jack was best known as voice of the Cubs. Millions of kids came home, flipped on Channel 9, and were raised Cub fans.
That's it. That's way back there. Back, back, back. Hey, hey!
And he was just so thrilled. I'm like, man, whatever it is about that job that gives him such joy on a daily basis, I like that.
I want that.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's really where it started for me. And I went to Northwestern University and the Medill School of Journalism. The first thing I did, though, is I went and hopped on board the campus radio station, WNUR.
Oh,
and so that was
now we
really,
are somewhere now.
yeah, so that was really my first exposure to it. And you know, when I was a kid, there weren't a lot of minorities on TV at the time, but there were a few. So again, Jim's, out of the box thinking, I called those people and said, hey, I'm a senior at Northwestern, journalism student. I'm doing a paper on minorities in broadcasting. May I come interview you? I wasn't really doing a paper on minorities in broadcasting.
Of course not, but it's creative and you understood that you needed to get your foot in the door and, you have to take, like you said, think out of the box.
Off and running.
So then you're off and running and then you landed in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
I remember you telling me about when you were in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make a switch then? Or
I
you
did. Right, good memory. You're paying attention. You're a great interviewer. See, that's a great trait of a good interviewer. Always listen.
Okay, you hear that, right?
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the news director called me in months later and said, what's the truth about you want to do sports? And that's how it started. So yeah, I switched from news to sports in DC.
I'm Jim Barry. Remember me from before? Well, now I'm coming back to Channel 4.
This is great. Opening day, the Marlins are back. I can't wait.
When I say to you, what do you feel like you were born to do? What would you say?
Create and tell stories.
Like you said, we're talking about choosing selection of words that resonate, whether it's because of the subject matter over here or this one.
Like this week, we were doing a bunch of stories about Dwayne Wade retiring from the Miami Heat.
Tell me about it. I was so jealous because you were hanging with him.
The video was him just being mobbed by people in Brooklyn. I mean, he doesn't play for Brooklyn, but he's just mobbed. Where he's got Wade jerseys, and they want his autograph. And I said, the Dwayne Wade, who became the Heat's Michael Jordan, was treated like the basketball world's Muhammad Ali. And to me, that really captured the essence of what you were looking at right then and there.
So this is considered my house.
Right.
So I'm giving up my house for a night. So the lucky person get a chance to get this.
Let me ask you this. Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Smooth sailing.
You want to be smooth. Yeah.
So romantic, Mr. Barry.
Really? You think so?
I got a problem.
Oh, yeah. The moon is low, the tide is
So
high.
what was your inspiration for this piece of work?
The inspiration really goes all the way down to my parents.
Okay.
My mother loved to dance, and I still to this day love to dance. My father was a singer.
You always told me it takes time. Well, it's taken my father's time, my mother's time, my uncle's time. How much time do you want for your progress?
But like Bob Marley, we've been waiting in vain. A mighty long time without freedom train. Some say one day it will arrive. But James Baldwin asked for all of us, how much time?
So they really are very similar. Now, the approach to it is different. It's different. And with a song, you want to hook people and remind them of the hook and to repeat it over and over so they understand this is the essence of the song. Where you don't do that in broadcasting, but I think they're pretty close.
Jay-Z says, I become one with my music. That's when I know when it's right. It sounds like that's what you've done in some of these songs.
I hope so.
Become one. What does that feel like, though? It's a struggle. I
Yeah,
mean, it can be scary.
Oh yeah, it requires some bravery. There's no question about it. Not only must you not be afraid to fail, you must not be afraid to be embarrassed when you fail.
Before we wrap, would you just have a sentence or something looking straight into the camera to all those people that are watching to inspire them to move on with their dreams? Something that you might want to leave with them.
Do not wait, because the longer you wait, the longer you will convince yourself that your dream is not worth pursuing. So just start. One thing that I have discovered in covering all these phenomenal athletes as a journalist is that they are students of the game. And LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, whatever sport you want to pick, they're really students of the game, and they're students because they love it. And it's only by being a student of whatever game you choose that you become excellent at it. But if you don't love it, you won't bother to study it. But failure in the media or failure in music or comedy or anything public, that's a different thing, And so it requires a sense of conviction in who you believe you can be and should be that propels you past that point of not worrying about that. In fact, even embracing that, because you understand that's how you learn.
Understand the process.
There you go.
It's the process.
It is what it is.
Oh, thank you so much, Jim, because dreams don't have deadlines.
No, they don't.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
He asked for a kiss, you turned away. Said, I just met you, I'm not your everyday. So smooth, lady, you had style. So I approached with caution and a smile. I said, I'm not your everyday. everything.